Hello students, working on the nightstand here. Still on the first stage of constructing the 3 panels, okay, which is the top and the 2 door panels, okay. The other big panels are made out of a plywood veneer, so we don't have to worry about gluing them up. I've got the top over there ready to go, and I have I guess, and one of the door panels. I wanted to show you a little reminder on the joiner. I've got this thing laid out, right? The other one was 1, 2, 3. This panel is 4, 5, 6. I've marked the joints. I, right? I is in, O is out. So if there's any difference, if there's an error in the fence, it doesn't matter because they complement, right? Rather than multiply the error, which gives us a better joint. Wanted to remind you of another thing, of the speed that you run your board through. If we go real fast, we get big mill marks. Okay, way too fast. Check this out. Can't really see it, right? Now you can, can't you? That's not good for a glue joint. Let's try that again at the right speed. Nice and slow, small mill marks. Makes for a better joint. And also want to remind you, to get a straight line, you need equal pressure as you take it through on the joiner. Let's try that again with our chalk. See what I'm saying? I could hit it again if that was a glue joint, but it's not, so it's going out, right? Like so. So just a reminder for you, every machine has a feed speed, and you need to find out what it is. Go too fast, big mill marks, tear out. Go too slow, it could burn it. All right, let's go over. I know you've all seen me glue up panels before, and that's okay. Okay, I've got my, as a reminder, I've got my clamp, my outer clamps on the outer 2 inches of the board to get good clamp pressure on the very end. And then they can be as far as 18 inches apart. I've got 14 and 13, so that'll work. 18 is maximum. If I had much longer, I'd just go with another one. My front panel, they're only a foot apart, so 2 is plenty. Okay, so I've dry clamped, it looks good. Take my pressure off. Remember, we open these clamps up all the way, and then you've got all the threads for the clamping pressure. The last 3/4 of an inch, you don't get any pressure at all, so you don't want to run out of threads. The clamps also, the head moves easier if it's opened up all the way like I'm doing here. All right, if you remember, we leave the first one down and we flip the other ones up clockwise, right? We're only gluing one edge. Let's hit it. Good bead of glue. We want enough to where it's squeezing out for us, right? Could have went with a little bit more, I think. This is open time. We want this open time to be only about 2 minutes. This glue crusts over and then it's not as strong. Get my bead down here. I'd rather use a little bit too much than not enough. Got a better chance of it not cracking or coming apart on us if there's a little more than what we need. All right, so want to set that down. My numbers help me keep it correct. Now this is close time, and that's okay for a good 5 minutes. Nice bead, good 1/8 inch bead all the way, and that should be plenty. This is my top, and I want to keep my top as thick as I can. Right now we're at 15/16. We'll have to plane it and sand it to make it smooth after we glue it up, right? So we'll lose a little bit of that thickness, but I want to keep as much thickness as possible. So checking for my numbers, 1, 2, 3, so I know I'm rotating it the right way. I wouldn't want to do this, right? Then I put an O. Yeah, well, it just, I think my IO would still work out, but that's not the way I dry clamped it to test it. All right, using my finger from the inside to the outer edge, and then I don't make a mess and I don't scrape all the glue off the board, right? See how I'm doing that? Okay, doing good. You guys could be timing me, see if my close time is still down to 5 minutes. We're gonna be close, aren't we? If you didn't want to use your finger, once again, I've got glue spreaders. I'm more accurate with my finger. I can leave more glue on it than I do with the glue spreader. Checking for my 5, yep. You could also, I've got aprons over there if you're afraid of getting glue on you. If you get glue on you, you want to wash it off as quickly as possible so you get it out of your clothes. It's water soluble, unlike some of our finishes. Pushing down as I apply the clamps to help keep everything flat and keep it from raising up. Now this middle clamp could actually be on the top, but if I had 5 clamps, I'd alternate them down, up, but just 3 is just fine. If you had some on top, that straight edge would help you see where you're at as far as keeping everything flat. One hand tight, right? We're gonna check it underneath to make sure we're tight. That looks good. Good, good. All right, we're not finished, are we? What do we got left? Before we set it on the floor, 2 things we have to do. Have to clean the clamps, have to put our name on it, and the time, the date, so nobody takes these clamps off, because you know, next period we could run out, right, of clamps if everybody's gluing up, and you'll be instructed to not take them off until it's at least 2 hours of clamp time. So you have open time where you're applying the glue. You have close time where it's been applied but no clamp pressure yet. And then you've got clamp time where it's in the clamps and the pressure has been applied. I got my rag as wet as I could get it, so the water runs freely around the bar clamp. Okay, then put your name all over it. I don't have anybody here. It's COVID and we're virtual, so if people were here, I'd put my name on it. I'd put the hour and today's date, so nobody bothers it. Then we set it off the table because other people are gonna need to clamp up, right? And you've got it. I've got 2 more panels to do same way, but I won't repeat that on the video. We'll be ready to plane and surface sand next time. We'll see you then.